Well, welcome to Senior Perspectives, brought to you by MCTV and the Senior Center. I'm Jay Sydeman hosting this particular show, and I have with me Albert Morales, who's going to tell us a lot of things, probably centered on the most significant thing I know about him is he has the shop Icons in Mendocino.
That's correct.
Which is right next to the bakery that I go to every day, so I pass you every day and sometimes say hello.
Right. And across from the bank.
Yeah, across the bank, actually.
Yeah.
Right. So why don't you tell us a bit about your life?
Pretty much, my wife and I decided that being that I've been on the coast for the most part, we love so much being here in Mendocino, we decided that we'd open a shop here in Mendocino, something that we both wanted to love and respect. And on a positive, my wife is very spiritual, so she wanted to have a lot of spiritual pieces in our shop, and I have a background in music, or 60s music for the most part.
Now, were you actually a performer, or you?
I got to do some work with the Grateful Dead at one time. So as
you play guitar?
No, a keyboard technician.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with one of the keyboard players. So
you say technician. You're a technician as opposed to a
keyboard.
player?
I was working for a company in Santa Cruz at the time called EMU Systems.
Oh, I know.
And they made synthesizers. I started with them in the beginning, and from there, one of the keyboard players loved our unit, the E3. So I got to go and do some traveling with them. And after Jerry Garcia passed away, I wanted to do something to keep the music going. And plus, I wanted to play music all day long. And we decided a place that we have, and we wanted to be able to have local artists show their work. And we have some, as you well know, some great artists here, Ronald Valley being one. One of the other premier photographers is John Klein.
Yeah, now we're talking about photographers. Now, do you represent painters as well?
We represent all the local artists as much as we can. We have a lot of talented people. We try to keep them with new works coming into our shop all the time.
So do you get much of a turnover with the art?
Yes, we do, because they're unique. We have some unique artists here in Mendocino that, especially John Klein, his work has been only shown in our shop, but we've had people from all over the world just recognize his work, and he's doing well. And a lot of folks already know about Ron LaValle's work, and being this weekend with the Whale Festival, we have a lot of his prints of whales, and I'm sure that's going to bring a lot of interest in his work also.
Is that Ron LaValle or other people as well?
Ron LaValle, for the most part, as far as whale work goes.
He must have a hell of a lens.
He does. He really does.
To get those bird shots.
Yeah, he comes in pretty close, and whales also.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's a talent. But we have so many other talented artists that we showcase in the shop, and that's really one of the most focused things that we have.
So do the artists come to you for?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, yes. In fact, John Klein was the first artist to come to us when he first opened up the shop 8 years ago.
I see.
Yeah, we've.
Do you think your clientele are more local people or tourists or both?
It's both, but I'll tell you, luckily we have a great base with our locals, and they are really one of the biggest things. After the store Lark of the Morning closed here in town in Mendocino, we started picking up musical instruments, and we sell the strings and everything that goes along with it. So we're one of the only places here in Mendocino that sells musical instruments and things that go along with it.
So a whole violins, things like that, as well as guitars and whatever?
That's correct, right. We sell that. And the thing is there's so many musicians here, the strings, everything that goes along with that is we have that. Basically, I listen to the people, what they want and what they need, and that's really what I try to keep up with.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. It's funny how you get prejudices or ideas. I would walk by your shop, and I tend to think, oh, this Mendocino's a great town. I'll stay away from it on the weekends with all these people, and you know, I even look around, see the kind of cars there are, the tourists here. But so I sort of thought of your shop as more like a tourist shop, but it really isn't.
It really isn't. It is and it's not. It is because a lot of people come from all over the world, as you well know, and we do have some unique pieces there. A lot of the artwork, of course, and then we have gifts from all over the world, a lot of different things.
What do you mean? Give me an example.
Well, say like the Shiva Lingam stones from India. A lot of folks, these type of things, a lot of things along that nature. abalone shell pieces. You know, when you live
right,
in
yeah.
Kansas, you don't get too many pieces there,
Right,
and those things are very popular also.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the artwork and the music. It's still, people are still interested with the 60s rock and roll.
Right. So when you now, of course, in the Lark in the morning had the
Yes.
musical instruments, but I think they also had technicians there.
Right,
You know,
right.
do you do anything?
No, but I do have names of local technicians for guitar tuning, what have you.
Right.
And these are people I work close with also.
Yeah. And is that a fairly going business?
It works,
the
yeah.
String?
Yes, very well, very well. That's all the music part of it is probably one of the bigger parts of the shop.
Right.
Yeah.
So we were talking earlier, you said your favorite music is the rock and roll from the 60s?
The 60s, yeah.
You want to talk
yeah.
about that a little bit?
Well, I grew up with it,
Yeah.
you know, in
So
California.
you're talking about Rolling Stones, Beatles, or?
Beatles are very big. In fact, being that I sell LPs, they have just started releasing all their older albums on a heavier format, 180-gram LPs. And a lot of the younger kids are buying these because a lot of us guys will not get rid of ours, and they
Right.
want this
And
music.
so young kids have some interest in this music?
Quite a bit, and also having a big interest back in LPs again, which is a love of
Oh,
mine.
you mean actually making LPs again? you
No,
Purchasing
purchasing
the old LP, well, they have to have turntables
Right,
and things.
yeah.
Where do they get
yeah.
that?
Oh, they're around. You can
Yeah.
get turntables around, definitely.
So
but
what-
it's great that it is being an interest again for
Right.
a lot of folks.
What's your thoughts, if any, about the sound, the quality of the sound in analog or digital or turntables
Well,
versus
I'm
digital?
more analog, definitely.
You can
more,
tell the difference?
I can. I could discern that. But, you know, there's the new technology now. It's all for convenience. It's just a really quick thing, but it takes away from the bigger sound. You're compressing sound, basically.
Right, yeah.
And when you do that, you're starting to take away from it.
Yeah, so you're losing some of the frequencies,
Right.
maybe the high frequencies.
That's correct, and
Yeah.
that's where albums tend to be the closest thing outside of live music.
So I'd imagine if you're listening to a Beatles or something compressed MP3, it'd be a significant difference to...
To some people, other people, it doesn't seem to really matter that much. They don't have, they're not that much of a listening to that type of. They're listening to it, they know it, but they're not really paying attention to it. Like
Right.
you could put on an MP3 or whatever and listen to the music, but if you really want to hear music, you put in an album and you sit down and you interact with your album. You're
Right.
kind of part of that.
Now
Rather
are you referring to albums like old platter music?
vinyl.
Yeah,
Vinyl, yes.
vinyls, yeah.
Right,
You
right.
sell them at the store?
Quite a bit, yeah. Yeah, I do. But a lot of used and new albums.
Yeah. So, okay, so you got music there, and you're primarily, I always think of the store more as visual. I saw you at a turntable, but
Yeah.
I kind of thought, what you have on the walls attracts me. So
And plus, I don't know if you've ever been, we have a back room, it's all spiritual. We try to we have a whole room that we try to acknowledge all the different denominations of the world. And
So do you have books or teachings, or
we
what
have
kind of
we
thing?
have books, quite a bit of books, and a lot of other pieces for like we have in Casper, we have the shul there, so we have a lot of things for the Jewish.
So including the sort of mystical,
all of it, yeah.
Islam
yeah.
and
The way I
thing?
see it, every bird sings a different song, but it's all
Yeah.
the same song.
We're all the same song.
Yeah.
So that's the background. I don't like to.
Yeah,
Do you have any Steiner stuff there, Rudolf Steiner?
we do also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff from India, I assume.
Quite a bit. Yeah, there's a large following, and a lot of it is like self-improvement type books in that
right,
respect.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and those tend to go really well because most of the bookstores here in town don't carry what we carry in that respect.
Oh, and Rajneesh, I was just trying to.
I've met
he
it.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's kind of quiet, though. I've been in your store, and I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, a lot of folks don't. It's kind of a unique. It's not a really large building, but there's a little aspects of it, each one of them, that works out pretty well.
Yeah. So, what about you mentioned you do show Ron LaValle,
Yes,
and you said John Klein.
yes.
Are they kind of stable, or do you have?
They're pretty stable. We have another woman, her name's Yarrow, and she does some great work also.
What does she do? What kind of work?
They're prints that she does. They're very feminine, soft type of prints. A lot of women tend to like that. And
Are they photographs or are they paintings?
No, they're prints. They're paintings. Yes, yes. And she does really well too. In fact, all the artists that we have in our shop do quite well. We're really proud of the fact that we have such great talent right here in our neighborhood.
Right. Do you interact with either the Art Center or some of the other galleries?
Sometimes we do, but as of late, just last year in Albion, we started a ukulele group.
In
Albion, and we sell the ukuleles, and they're going to have another thing coming up in the next month, and we go there and we'll have books on how to play ukulele and the cases and the ukulele. So that's great. I think that's wonderful.
Right.
And I was just going to say one of the things is about the music, as we're talking about this, is one of the main things I'm trying to do is encourage younger kids to play music, to pick up an instrument, because I've always thought that by learning an instrument, it opens up so many other avenues for kids, and I try to make it as easy as possible for kids to get into that.
So you sell instruments there that beginner kids could...
Yes. That's one of my main things I like doing.
So you must interface then with some teachers as well.
I do quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful because it's my love, and when you have other people that are interested with the music aspect of it, it just works out really well.
Yeah. So what about, we talked about your business. Do you want to speak say a few, or you have much more, you probably have a lot to say about your business.
I just think it's just to be in an environment that we have here in Mendocino, and to be part of it, I figure our shop is like in the heart of Mendocino, and we get it all right there. It's just, it's wonderful. We have such a great community of people. I got to say that we're fortunate to have a sheriff like Tom Allman, which I have a high respect for. I think we're very fortunate to have him. He's doing a great job, I think, for our community, and everybody wants to do the best that we can. I see a lot of potential still. You know, we're fortunate to have the music festival that we have every year. That's such a big boon for Mendocino, I believe, and I love the music that they're so eclectic about it, that we get people from everywhere that come to Mendocino. And I think that's a big plus right there.
So business must be very busy during the festival, huh?
Well, I don't think it really changes that much, but it's just a mere fact that we're getting people into our community maybe for the first time, and they could see the beauty of it, and they'll come back at a later time. And that's really what I like seeing.
So are you a whale watcher? Do you follow the migration?
I have, yes, I do. I think that's one of the beautiful things about living here on the coastline. You just take a walk down the street.
Right. I believe they're migrating now.
They're on their way. Yeah, they're on their way.
Do you know something about that whole migration pattern?
Well, we know that they go from Cortez to the Bering Straits every year, and
Cortez, where's that?
Down in Baja, California.
Baja, okay. Yeah. Is that where they actually?
Well, they do their calving there for the most part. But I just read an article just today, and they said, for the majority of them that are going north, there's always a few that are going south, but you know, that's just the way things are. Yeah, going south to Baja, where most of them are going out to the Bering. But there's always that type of thing. But we're fortunate being this far out west that we're so close to the ocean that like Cabrillo Point there is one of the places with a very good viewing for whales, where you don't really need binoculars. You know, you just have a little patience, and you can see them. And a lot of them are going to be going with their calves. So that's pretty interesting. I think we're fortunate to have that, really.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I assume they're going north because that's where the food is.
The feeding. Yeah. That's
kind of strange, isn't it? So the krill or whatever, are plentiful.
What's kind of interesting is that because they're bottom feeders, and what they do by getting, sifting their food through the baleen, they're actually disturbing the surface, and because of that, they create a lot more food for other fish. So that becomes kind of like a feeding type of thing for other things also.
I wonder who thought up that deal.
Yeah, I think there's something up there that may have had it. That would happen.
Yeah. So, what about times before icons?
Well, one of the things is, like I was in the Navy. I was aboard a station on an aircraft carrier, 1970 during the Vietnam conflict.
So, where did you go?
I've been to Japan, the Philippines, Hong Kong, Singapore, all these areas there. It's really interesting to.
What different kinds of vessels or?
All aircraft carrier.
Aircraft carriers.
Aircraft carrier, yeah.
Well, that's pretty exciting.
The most exciting thing was to be able to actually be launched off and land on an aircraft carrier.
But you weren't a pilot. You were.
No. I was doing some work in Da Nang, so I was fortunate to do that. But I had an office job on a carrier, so it wasn't so bad.
Well, that must have been exciting.
It was. Plus the diving overseas was fantastic.
So were we doing a lot of the air war in Vietnam was being
It was
launched
being towards the latter part of it, the latter 70s. But yeah, there was still going on. It was still going on.
Yeah.
But it gave me a wonderful opportunity to go to some countries that I never would have been able to.
Right.
For that part.
Did you get enough shore leave that you could assimilate?
Oh, quite a bit, yeah.
Any places in particular that?
Well, definitely I did a lot of diving in the Philippines, but I got
diving?
Diving.
Oh.
And in the 2 years I was in Japan, I got to climb Mount Fujiyama, which was kind of interesting.
How high is that?
I don't recall. It wasn't really all that much of a burden. It wasn't that much, but it was interesting.
It was a volcano, wasn't it?
At one time.
Yeah.
At one time. One of the things about getting there, you have to go across on a shuttle, and you go over these sulfur pits, and I don't know if you know, sulfur smells like rotten eggs.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, sulfur
and I'll
stinks,
tell you, that was about the worst part of it, but it was really exciting. The people were incredible overseas. I'll tell you.
So you were in Tokyo?
Been to Tokyo, yeah. Tokyo is like New York City.
It's very dense, isn't it?
Yeah, not too much different. Thing. I try to stay away from the metropolitan areas, so I would rather
Did you get to travel around Japan in the countryside?
Oh yeah, on my own. I did that. The train system was terrific. You could go just about anywhere there.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What about speaking of English? Was it that you were able to get around?
I think English was always kind of like the universal language, you know, for the most part. There was at one time I was in a train out of some little village in Japan where I wasn't quite sure where I was at, and I had a map, and I went up to this young lady and I asked her, you know, where I was at, and she didn't speak English. So the next stop, we got off, and she pulled me by the arm, and we went to the station, and she started talking to other people, and she found someone that spoke English. And then I told her, and I was going to thank her, and she was gone. I mean, it was just that wonderful that it happened like that.
Somebody told me once, he said, you have to be careful about asking directions in Japan, because if they don't know, they get into such shame.
Yeah, well, this gal went out of her way to help me out. And that was
really
wonderful.
want to help.
Yeah,
you know.
they did. They did. It was fun. I loved every moment of it, really.
What other countries did you actually?
In the military or outside?
Yeah, well, either way.
I've been, you know, I love travel. I have friends that live up in Denali, up in Alaska, that I like going to. And I've got to do some traveling into the Caribbean. I love water, so that was always a treat for me also.
So if you were in the Navy, you must have volunteered.
No, actually I was one of the last guys to get drafted into the Army.
You got drafted? How'd you end up in the Navy?
Well, I had a friend of mine that was a recruiter in the Navy, and I told him either get me out or I'm going to Canada.
With the rest of them.
Yeah, and he was able to get me into the Navy.
So he got you a 2-year hitch?
A 2-year hitch with no reserve, yeah. So basically I was out when
So you were in the Naval Reserve?
No reserve.
Oh, no reserve
No
time.
reserve.
I thought you...
I just did 2 years active, and that was it.
Huh.
Yeah, I was very fortunate, yeah. So I made two tours overseas.
Yeah.
Got separated. I was stationed here in Alameda.
Was there a lot of fighting still going on?
Not really. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a money thing.
Yeah.
Really.
So what year again was that? Years?
70 to 72.
70. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
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 A lot of good music coming out during that period of time, too.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess so. So, do you plan to do anything different with the shop, or what do you see? How do you see the shop evolving?
I see it. I really don't want to. My wife and I don't want to go stray too far away from where we are because we like what we're doing. of anything, it's probably going to build up more of the music thing, more instruments, because like I said, there's a lot of talented people here, and music is it. If I could get more children involved in it, so much better. And of course, always looking at the different artists that come through here.
So would artists know about you and submit things?
Yes, that's how it works out. And we're always looking for, there's so many different types of artists that we have, and we try to be open to all of it here.
Right. Yeah. So you would encourage, even right now, you encourage artists to come and show you their work.
We get it.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
It's funny, I thought of your shop as a shop, but you actually seem to function more like a gallery.
In a sense, I like to think of it more like a mercantile, a place where people could actually come and hang out and talk about music and whatnot, the arts. And that's really what we like having about it.
What's the gallery down the road that's upstairs and downstairs, the big one?
Zimmer?
No, I was thinking,
Not quite
I forget where. Anyway, it's a gallery.
Okay.
You know, people come and they walk around, but they don't necessarily, I mean, they can buy things, but they're not there to buy things.
But see, I'm not a gallery, I'm there to sell. So
you're there to sell, so there's a difference. Yeah.
And it makes it easier because all of the material we get in consignment, so it works out really well for us too in that respect.
It was kind of standard relationship. Yeah. So it seems like as long as I've been here 4 years, and it seems as though every time I've walked in your shop, it's been a lot of John Klein. Is he just sort of the base?
I would say so, and I'm very fortunate to be the only shop that carries his work.
Was that by arrangement? You two?
It just worked out. It worked out that way.
Oh, that's good for both of you.
Yeah, it's good for both of us. He just had a show at the Glen Devon, and he just took his pieces down yesterday. So now we have all those pieces at our shop.
He's in the area still? I thought
he just recently moved to Santa Cruz.
Okay.
He's he grew up here, and he's tended to have exhausted all of the landscapes that he could here. So he thought he'd go in and look into other avenues, and he's been taking shots of Santa Cruz and some shots of Yosemite at this point. But I hope to get him back here soon again. I like his presence.
But he'll send you this material.
Yeah, we get his material quite often. Yeah, he's a talent too. We're very fortunate to have him.
Yeah. Any other people on the horizon that you're sort of incubating at all?
No, but I'm waiting.
Well, that should be something worth you photographers and artists should think about.
Yeah,
as a venue.
They're out there. They're coming. It works. I wish I had more wall space.
Right, it's a kind of a small shop.
Smaller shop. Yeah. We used to be across the street. Right now it's the
bank, not quite.
Well, Caddy Corner, where Rain Song is.
Okay.
We were at the back end of it, but because we were at the back of the building, a lot of people tended to walk right by it.
Right.
And we're right now right next in between the ice cream shop and the coffee shop. It is a good location.
Right.
And the ATM right across the street.
Yeah, it's. I hadn't made that. You go down that street. What's the name of that street?
Lansing.
Lansing, yeah.
Yes.
And you think, there were all these shops, and shops that people buy whatever they buy, or have a bagel or something.
Right.
And I just hadn't gotten exactly straight what you were, because you go in and you have all this interesting art stuff.
Yeah.
So
the cards. My wife chooses cards. We have a really great selection of greeting cards and so forth like this, and that.
Do you have some jewelry too?
Local jewelry also.
Yeah.
Try to cover all the bases.
Yeah. And you're selling some of the music from your.
Oh yeah, and plus we do sell local artists CDs also. We have a section just for the local musicians, and they do well also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we like about the shop, is doing what we can for the locals.
Catered to local.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of ability out there.
Yeah, we're very fortunate.
So it's a status quo. You're not thinking of retiring from it in the near future?
No, I love what I do. Yeah. Even on my days off, I'm there. My wife says, take time off. And
you go there.
I'd rather
How often are you open?
7 days a week.
What are your days off then? You're talking about you're open 7 days.
I'm doing it right now. This is part of it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow, you might be losing business.
Oh, I love what I do. I have a real passion for what I do. I've been in retail all my life. I grew up in my grandfather's local market as a kid, so I've been doing this. I just love interacting with people.
Yeah.
And that's a
So what kind of business was that? You said
he had a local market, you know,
Like a-
groceries.
groceries.
Groceries, yeah.
And where was
yeah.
that?
That's in East Los Angeles, where I grew up at.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like we have a couple of minutes left. Is there any pearls of wisdom or anything you'd like to say to anybody who's
Well,
listening?
pearls of wisdom, I like to say that if no one's ever been into icons before, it might be a treat for themselves just to at least walk in and see what we have to offer, because we are a little gem there. If anybody wants to take the time to see what we have to offer, I think they'll come away feeling pretty good about it, really.
And tell us again exactly where you're located.
We're right 10483 Lansing Street.
10483,
Yeah.
okay.
Right across the street from the bank.
Okay, that's
And,
easy to...
yeah.
Oh, you can tell me, maybe in the time we have left, on top of the bank there's that...
Everybody asks about that.
What's on top of the bank? going
Well,
on?
that is because Masonic Lodge. That was a Masonic Lodge.
I get this
So
is like a reaper there.
it's the Grim Reaper, and
Yeah.
in fact, if I had a nickel for everybody that's asked me what that
is
is,
that?
I wouldn't have to do anything else. But it is a Masonic Lodge, and it's all symbolism.
So do you know what the symbols all stand for? Have you ever...
There's a few things. Not too much. I know there's the Grim Reaper, and no.
No.
But they do have a plaque in front of the bank that talks about it, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll have to
yeah,
go
yeah.
reading.
And I do have a card, as a matter of fact, that does have a description on it. So if you
Yeah.
wanted to know more about it, I do have a photo with the description of it.
Well, that is kind of unique about Mendocino, isn't it? You don't see anything that looks like it has to do with commerce.
Right,
You know,
right.
Even the Harvest Market.
Yeah, a lot of people take pictures of that all day long. It's
Yeah,
a very
yeah.
popular
Old
piece that we
churches
have
that
there. Yeah.
are markets. And
I've heard a lot of different things, but it was a Masonic Lodge. In fact, they still hold meetings upstairs.
oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's still viable right now.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I think that we're getting close to wrapping it up.
I want to tell you, thank you for allowing me to be here.
Yeah,
and,
I've learned a lot. I
be
mean, I
part
go
of
into
this.
shop and I didn't know any of this stuff. I had to get you on the air to find out what's really going on.
That's fine. I appreciate that,
Yeah.
really. Yeah, definitely.
So, once again, thank you, Albert. And
You're
this has
welcome.
been Senior Perspectives. I'll be back whenever I'm back again with someone as interesting, or maybe not as interesting, I don't know, as Albert. And it's been a great pleasure.
Thank you,
And we'll
Jay.
see you next time.